All right, here's our group. If you can see him, where's Ted? Ted's over there. He shaved his head, but he's got a hat on.
Yeah, I shaved my head.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna get stretched out here before we take off. We're running a Ted back behind. It's about 39, 40 degrees, so it's nice and brisk this morning. So I'm just gonna set the phone down over here while we do our stretches, and hopefully a few more people will show up. Remember, this is the 50-mile.
Gloves. I tell you what, I have a pair if you need some. Okay, just let me know.
Sweet. All right, let's do the calf stretches.
Okay.
And we are off on
Very well.
the 50-mile. Only 9 minutes behind. So there's 4 of us. We got Navy, Marine, Indiana National Guard, and a civilian.
Motivated civilian.
Yeah. So we got our flags. Well, I've got a flag. Ted's got one on his pack, and Mike and Zach are basically flagless. But at least we've got some visibility. So we should. Goal is Standish by 4 o'clock. We went and dropped water last night at different spots throughout the track. That way at least we've got some water resupply. We're all packing food. So we'll see how this goes. See how far we make it. We should at least make Standish, which is 25 miles. Actually 25 and a half. So, checkpoint 1 has been reached. We're running a little bit behind because somebody had to go to the gas station and get snacks. But we're making it. We're doing good. We're getting our water. We stashed water bottles last night every 4 miles along the route. Yep. We're gonna keep moving. Yeah. Well, we just had a nice gentleman stop, give us some Gatorades, box donuts. Ted, show those donuts up here.
Nice and sugary.
Yeah, lots of carbs, which we are burning through. We're almost 8 miles in currently. Anybody got the time?
It is 9:08.
Okay. So
You take point.
we're exactly 3 hours in, actually. We left at 6:09. So we've been getting a lot of people honk at us, a lot of people wave. And so far, so good. All right, we are at Checkpoint Greenwood. That would be Greenwood Road and 76. And we're feeling a few sprinkles. Well, we are thoroughly enjoying the donuts that were given to us. And it's just a reminder that there are a lot of good people out there, despite what you see on the news, all the doom and gloom. If you look around, just random stranger will stop and help you out. We have reached checkpoint 202. We are at the 202 exit, actually Maple Ridge Road and 76. My wife came and picked Mike up. They're going to the jerky outlet so he can restock, use the bathroom, and we don't have to walk that distance because it does add a little bit to the trip. We're already going to be over a little bit as we go through to Standish itself. And it puts us about a half mile over the 50 miles, assuming that we do the full round trip. But even one way, 20, 25 and a quarter, 25 and a half from West Branch to Standish. So that's where we're at. Well, we have reached Oasis Lake. You can see the sign back up there.
We only lost one so far.
Yeah, we are down to a 3-pack.
He was motivated.
No, unfortunately, Mike had a little bit of a late heads up on this hike, and I think he only got 1, maybe 2 training hikes in. So he's also the heaviest one out of all of us. So that was a little bit hard on him. I'm feeling it. Yeah, we're 15 miles, and I'm going to try and at least make Standish. I don't know if I'll be able to make it past that, just because I'm getting pretty sore myself. Ted and Zach are going to try and finish the entire 50 mile. Right now, Mike is our new safety net, and then once if I get out, then I'll be the safety net from there on out. and take the guys if they need to get picked up or need food supplies, anything like that. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is exactly why we started doing this hike, was to show how out of shape Americans are. And apparently we're out of shape, even though we trained for a month, Ted and I, and Zach's been doing some running. So, you know, even though those of us that think that we're in pretty decent shape, you come to find out, maybe you're not quite what you thought you were, judging by, you know, what was put out 100 years ago or 125 years ago, and the kind of shape that those guys were in. So we're going to keep pushing. It's about 1 o'clock right now, so we're pretty well on time and on target. We've reached checkpoint 5, Gavord Road. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We're all getting pretty sore. We're all feeling it. Standish may be the end of it for everybody. I don't know. We're 6 miles from Standish. We'll have one more break in between now and then. But we've gone 19 miles in 9 hours counting breaks. So we're doing more than what most people would do, and that's with packs on. And so we're gonna keep going. We're gonna work at it. So Ted's been hiking hard. Shirt change time for these two.
Yeah. You guys good?
Yep.
All right.
There's Standish. The VFW. The end of the trail for us today. 25 miles. We started at 6:09, and it's currently about 5:15. So about 11.25 hours.
Take first place.
All right.
Up for grabs. First place. Who wants it? I'm not crossing the sign. Go ahead. Step past it. First place.
All right, I guess I'll take it.
Go take second, man. I'll take third. Ooh.
All right, we made the 25, but we found out these hips don't lie, so we're going to call it a day and wait for pickup, which should be here soon. Mike's gonna come pick us up. He had to fall out, like I said, at Oasis Lake, mile mark 15 for us, which I think was our 4th break. And we just passed, would have been our 6th, but we decided if we stop, we're not getting back up. So we just kept on going. The last 6 miles, we hammered it out nonstop, and we're tight. So I don't think we're gonna be doing much the next couple of days. Well, we fell short of the 50-mile goal. You have to remember, Ted and I only trained about a month for this. Zach only did running. He didn't even do any pack training. And even back in Teddy Roosevelt's time, this was something they only did every 2 years. And that was career Army soldiers and their officers. So
Good hike, dude.
for a bunch of civilians that didn't train for very long and that don't do this all the time, I think 25 miles is pretty satisfying. None of us are ashamed of dropping out at the 25-mile mark, but it does strengthen our resolve to complete the challenge. And so next year, we're going to try and come back. We're going to work harder on it and try and get this thing, and we want to hammer that 50 miles out. So we hope you'll join us for that, shooting for the Friday before Memorial Day next year, just like this year. And going to try and do it on a bi-yearly basis, just like Teddy Roosevelt said. And on the off year, we'll do the 25. So if you want to get out here, you want to get some fresh air, some camaraderie with some good guys, get some exercise, find out what you're made of, even if you don't complete it. Just go out there, push your limit, find out what it is, and then you know, and you can go from there to try and be better physically and mentally. So, as always, thanks for tagging along with us. We'll see you next time. Happy hunting.